Hello, thank you for choosing Innovative Communications for your internet service needs. Today I want to show you how to do the setup for a Netgear Nighthawk modem. If you just received one from us and it's showing you this message, or you just did a factory reset, this message might show up. I'm going to show you how to do the setup and walk you through what steps I recommend making changes to the settings. So as you can see, it says connect to ATT Wi-Fi Manager. So this gives you the web address. So the first thing I'm going to show you is up on the top of the modem, there's a power button that is also used to cycle through the different screens. So if I tap it, it's going to go through to the next page. And once again, this one shows there are 3 pages here. Yours might have 4, showing you one other screen. Here it shows the Wi-Fi password for this network and also for the 5 gigahertz network. So what we need to do first is go to our Wi-Fi and make sure we're connected to the AT&T Wi-Fi. I'm already connected here, but this is where you'd put in your password for the modem. And as you can see, there's also the 5 gigahertz version here as well, some various other networks. So up here, I'm going to click and type in ATT Wi-Fi Manager. And when I click that, it's going to bring me up to the setup screen. Ask me to put in an admin password. So what the admin password is you have to have a password to access this setup screen again. So if you want to log back into your modem to make changes to the settings on the modem, you'll need to put in whatever password you are putting in now. This is not your Wi-Fi password. It's not what you use to connect to the network. It's what you use once you are already connected to access the settings of the modem. So for this one, I'm just going to make it admin, all lowercase. And then I'm going to click next. Here it's asking me, I can change the name of the Wi-Fi if I want to. It's easier to actually change this in the settings later. I'll show you where to go. So I'm going to click next for now, and then go ahead and click finish. So my modem is now going to reset. So you can see my blue light's going to end up turning amber, which it has now, saying that I lost my connection to the network. So, and now it's going to turn back to blue, saying it has reconnected. Your Wi-Fi may also kick off during this, so if you have another connection, please make sure before you proceed, make sure you're connected to the AT&T Wi-Fi, otherwise it won't let you access the web page. So we're just going to refresh the page here, and it comes up and shows us details on the modem here. This is the dashboard, or the home screen of the modem. Shows we're connected to AT&T LTE, and we have one device connected to our router. Shows our signal strength, battery percentage. I don't have the battery installed, and how much data we've used of our unlimited data plan. If you have any messages from AT&T, they'll be here. You usually will not receive anything like that. So what I'm going to do is going to go to settings, and then to setup, and then to wireless. Here is where you can change your Wi-Fi passwords, and then also the name of your network. So as you can see, there's 2 different network names, 2 different passwords. Of course, they're the same from default. What I suggest making a change here is to the Wi-Fi range. By default, it's always going to be short, and it's always going to have a timeout of 15 minutes. And what that means is if you do not have a device connected pulling data for 15 minutes, the Wi-Fi will shut off. It's a power saving feature, as this can also be a mobile router. Most people who are using this as a home router and do not want the power saving feature, it's more of an inconvenience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and disable the Wi-Fi standby, and I'm going to change this range to long. I'm not going to make any changes to these things down here. And then I'm going to click apply. Keep in mind, anytime you make any changes to your Wi-Fi settings, it's going to reset your router. So that's what this message is telling me. I may get kicked offline because I'm making this change. That's okay. We just want to make sure that we connect to it again before we try to make any changes. So as you can see, went back to amber because I made a change, but it'll go back to blue once it's connected. And as it does, we are back connected. And just make sure, once again, you're connected to the AT&T Wi-Fi as we are. And I'm going to go back up here to the dashboard just to reset. So now we've made that change. We have long-range Wi-Fi, and our network will not time out if we've been offline for a few minutes. So there are other settings you can change in here. such as the if you are hooking this up to an external router, you may wish to disable the Wi-Fi entirely. If you do that, it actually devotes all of its power to cellular reception instead of some of it going to output Wi-Fi. That can and often does result in a faster Wi-Fi speed by doing that. So if you wanted to change that, you would go here to Wi-Fi profiles and turn off your Wi-Fi. You can alternately change it to just a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi instead of a dual band if you want to do that. You can set up a guest network if you want to change your DHCP settings. If you're an advanced user, you can do that here. If you are connecting to an external router, you will want to also change this Ethernet standby to disabled. So what that same thing as the Wi-Fi, if it's not pulling a connection off the LAN cable here going to an external router, it will disable that connection until you wake it back up. So if you're connected to an external router, you'll want to make sure you set that to disabled so that it doesn't go into that power saving mode. Data offloading is if you're using this modem as a backup internet source to your primary internet source, and that's where you would change to set that up here. You can set up parental controls as well. You can change the factory reset from here in the menu. You can also change some other things like port forwarding and things like that. But unless you know exactly what you're doing, I wouldn't mess with the rest of these settings. If you have any questions, please give us a call or send us an email at support@icgwireless.com. Thank you.